Hey everyone, and welcome to a unit review of Legendary Roy. Finally, our boy got a legendary ult, but intern-kun kinda spoiled it already. But Roy came with fantastic skills and one of the best voice actors.
It's lit, fam!
Ray Chase is amazing. Link to the tweet down below. This review will go over his stats, composition, skill synergy, skill potential, and builds. Let's begin.
I will never back down!
Roy, the Blazing Lion, is a sword infantry unit. That's a very hard class to excel in since it's so overcrowded. Thankfully, Roy is able to stand out from the crowd. His standout stats are his attack, speed, and defense. With base 34 attack and his 16 might weapon, he'll have the classic even 50 attack. His speed at 38 is fantastic, and with 32 defense, he can take a good amount of hits. However, his HP is kind of on the lower side at 39, and his res kinda sucks. But with the boon, 29 res ain't bad. His best boons are in his attack, speed, and defense. Res can be good too. His first competition is with another fast legendary hero, Marth. Their stats are very close to each other. However, Marth comes out slightly ahead with a bit more speed. Roy can take a better magical hit with 26 res, but it's not too much. Roy's new ace skill and Marth's exalted falchion have the same effect. But Roy has this encounter built into his weapon compared to Marth. Both are dragon slayers, but I'd say Marth is better at dragon slaying with his binding shield. But depending on the person, their personal skills can vary in value. Roy comes with Dragon Bind, effective against dragons and has this encounter built in. It's very similar to the original Binding Blade from his game, and with 16 might, super effectiveness, and DC, Roy is an amazing unit with just this weapon alone. While he doesn't have the binding shield, his personal C skill and A skill synergy makes up for that. His A skill is bonus doubler, grants bonus to his stats equal to his current bonuses. For instance, if he gets buffed by Odd Attack Wave, he'll get plus 6 attack which is visible by the blue highlight. But during combat, Roy will get another plus 6 combat buff. That's plus 12 attack. While he can't run breath or other A skills, the potential of the skill certainly makes up for that. Another problem is panic status. It will mess with the skill, so watch out for that. Roy's C skill is Human Virtue. It's pretty much joint hone humans. He gives his allies and himself plus 6 attack and speed as long as they're not a beast or a dragon. It's a reference to how Roy opposes Zephyr's ideals. In fact, it's also the opposite of Zephyr's X-Ax refine. Zephyr threatens everyone but dragons, Roy helps everyone but dragons. So I get the fact that he doesn't give the bonus to dragons, but why the beast units? Did she not tell you to do this? It's probably for balance, but come on, what did they ever do to you, Roy? Anyways, Roy will activate his Human Virtue, give and get plus 6 attack and speed, and with bonus doubler, that's plus 12 attack and speed. It takes so little setup to make Roy into an offensive monster. If your ally is running defense and res tactic, Roy will be an absolute unit with plus 12 to all of his stats. But what could make this better? Enter Legendary Asura with her prayer wheel and hone attack 4. All she needs to do is dance to Roy while he has the plus 7 attack, and now he has plus 14 to all of his stats. That makes him a walking offensive fortress. He'll have 64 attack, 52 speed, 46 defense, and 40 res. That's insane! But what if it could be better? Well, Kaden. Kaden with his Kitsune Fang makes him one of the best support units. While he won't be getting the Human Virtue buff because Roy said no, that doesn't mean he can't just run wave skills on himself and continue to buff. Kaden also has Speed Res Link, which can only add more to Roy's buff. Now, imagine this. 2 Legendary Azuras with Hone Attack 4. Buff Roy, and then buff Kaden. With this setup, Roy can get plus 21 to all of his stats. Bonus Doubler is one insane skill. Yeah, this setup is highly expensive, but it's certainly worth it. Roy could potentially solo mass with just this setup. Just slap on Ether for the recovery and you're fine. Speaking of recovery, Roy also comes with Renewal. Is he trying to be like the Falchion users? It's not a bad skill and it does help with scoring, but there are other B skills like Wrath or Null Sea Disrupt. But if you're on a budget, Renewal is a great option and it doesn't interfere with anything. Almost forgot. Bonus Doubler is infantry locked, and here are some units who can use it as well. Nino with her new refined tome can benefit a lot from the added bonuses. Erica with her Seagling refine as well. I am pretty sure that the bonuses do stack. If not, Erica can still be a good ally to anyone who does have bonus doubler. His special is Dragon Fang. Works well since Roy can get tremendous amounts of attack power. Draconic Aura or Blue Flame works as well. Bonfire can work too since Roy has a good amount of defense. Now that I've gone over his kit, let's do another comparison with Marth again. If you give Marth this encounter, both of them are borderline identical. Binding Shield and Human Virtue obviously have their differences, but in general, Marth and Roy are the same. There's also the fact that Marth has his personal special, Fire Emblem, which doesn't discriminate class types. First build, simple and cheap. Roy already has a fantastic base kit, so there's almost no need to change much. Even Defense Wave is a pretty solid seal since he can double it and take heavy hits. Second build uses Defense Res Link. He gets the +6 from his Human Virtue, and once he repositions, he's fully set up to take hits. It makes him almost self-sufficient since he only needs an ally to reposition. If that ally was Kaden or Asura, then it gets even better. Third build is your standard DC Vantage set, combined with Fierce Stance for some extra damage. With the power of Bonus Doubler and Human Virtue, Roy should have no problem taking lives. Fourth build is your counter to any Razzle Dazzle or Fire Sweep users. If you're having a problem with Fire Sweep Brave Lyn, then Null Sea Disrupt on Roy will be a wonderful counter. Roy can run a lot of different beast skills that I won't be including in this video like Wrath, Special Spiral, and more. So should you summon for Roy? Well, he's got strong offensive stats and his Dragon Bind is really good. His defense and res does have potential to be really good too. Bonus Doubler has insane potential to make your unit into a powerhouse. Also, Joint Hone Humans is very good with +6 attack and speed. He also has a brand new blessing to give away which has a dual effect. Also, Creed and Dancing Makai aren't bad pretty breakers. On the other hand, the Sword Infantry class is very overcrowded. This encounter Marth is borderline almost the same as Roy. Human Virtue doesn't help the beast or dragons, which sucks if you use them a lot. There's also the current voting banner with Halloween Myrrh and Legendary Asura. And don't forget, there's a Binding Blade banner next month. Thanks for watching, I hope you all enjoyed and found this informative. Subscribe for more Emblem Heroes content and leave a like. Follow me on Twitter at exo_ty for reactions and updates on videos. With all that, stay hydrated folks, and remember that there's virtue in everyone.